Most people assume that being rich means you have $1 million in your bank account. But that's not what actual rich people are working for. I'll show you. When you hear that Mark Zuckerberg made $28 billion this morning, that doesn't mean that he woke up with billions of dollars in his Chase account. And when you hear that Elon Musk's wealth plunged by $40 billion, that doesn't mean that he needs to use buy now, pay later to fund his Uber Eats. Real wealth is built through your investments. It's built through your assets. It's not built through your salary. And if you don't believe me, take a look at this. In 2022, Mark Zuckerberg's salary was $1. But in case you were wondering, no, he's not broke. See, Mark Zuckerberg's wealth didn't come from his salary, it came from his investments. It came from his asset because he owns the Meta company, the company that he started, and Meta is worth around $1.3 trillion today. See, you gotta remember, Mark Zuckerberg is an employee at Meta because he's the CEO of the company, but he's also an investor in the company. Now, he doesn't own the entire company because he needed other people's money in order to fund the company to grow it, because Meta, or Facebook back then, was pre-revenue for 7 years. Not pre-profit, pre-revenue. That means after Mark Zuckerberg created this Facebook company, it went for 7 years without generating $1 in any revenue. And when you're creating a company and you have employees and you have expenses and you have costs and you're not making any money, you're not going to be in business very long unless you have external sources of funding. There are two ways that you can get this external money. You can get this money in the form of debt, or you can get this money in the form of equity investments from other shareholders. Now, Mark Zuckerberg needed to get money from other people, other angel investors, other venture capital investors. And so in order to grow his company and run it, especially when you're not making any money, when you're pre-revenue for 7 years, he had to give up a piece of this company. As of today, Mark Zuckerberg owns about 13.5% of his company. So let's do some simple math. If we assume that Meta is worth $1.3 trillion, a nice round number, and Mark Zuckerberg owns 13.5% of this asset, that means that Mark Zuckerberg owns a $169 billion share in the Meta company. So when Mark Zuckerberg works for $1, that's his salary as the employee, as the CEO of the company. But that's not the only way he's getting paid. Because yeah, maybe he could pay himself $1 million or $2 million or $10 million, but the real wealth that he's getting isn't through working in the company, it's through owning the company. Now, of course, he kind of has that double benefit because when he works in the company, he's still benefiting his ownership, and he's a smart person. And because he knows how to grow the company, he knows how to build the company, well, now as he grows the company, as the company makes more money, his ownership, his investment in Meta also becomes more valuable. And he's not alone. Elon Musk actually got paid a smaller salary than Mark Zuckerberg because for years, Elon Musk went with a $0 salary working at Tesla. Instead of getting paid with a cash salary, Elon Musk was getting paid with stock options. These stock options essentially say that you, Elon Musk, as an employee in this company, have the option to purchase shares, purchase ownership in the Tesla stock at $23 a share. That means that if the Tesla stock goes up to $173 a share, Elon Musk makes $150 of profit per stock option that he chooses to exercise. So how many shares did he get? As of 2023, it was a little over 411 million shares of Tesla. Now you can do the math. 411 million times $150, let's just say a profit per share, and that's a lot of wealth. But again, this isn't cash in his bank account, this is the value of his investments, and the only way he can actually get that cash is if he pulls out debt against this investment, kind of like a cash out refinance, or if he sells some of his investment. Now, this might just be the attorney in me talking, but I kind of feel the need to also tell you this, that when you don't get paid a salary, when you get paid with this ownership in this company, because Mark Zuckerberg created Meta, Elon Musk has his ownership in this company, when the value of an investment goes up, you don't actually pay taxes. You pay taxes when you get an income. So when you hear that Mark Zuckerberg's wealth grew by $40 billion, that Elon Musk's wealth grew by $100 billion, these are not taxable events because you only pay taxes when you have an income. And what Elon Musk did was he would use debt to pull cash out of his investments. If he has $100 million worth of assets and he needs $10 million to buy a car and buy a home and buy some food, well, he could use a loan to pull this cash out, and that's tax-free. Kind of like when you go out and do a cash out refinance. That's a tax-free event because you pay taxes when you have an income. If Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg sell their stocks, now that's a taxable event. You have an income, but then you pay taxes. When you have $0 in salary or $1 in salary, you don't really pay any taxes because you don't really have an income. Which now brings me to the point where you're probably thinking, Jaspreet, that's cool and all, but I'm not Elon Musk and I'm not Mark Zuckerberg, so how does any of this apply to me? Well, these principles can also be used by you even if you don't plan to go out and create the next Tesla or the next Meta. By the way, if you're a money nerd and you want to stay up to date on what's happening in the financial news when it's happening, that way you're on top of the news, I created a free newsletter called Market Briefs to help you with that. It's a free and easy way for you to stay up to date on what's happening in things like the economy, the housing market, the stock market, crypto, and the global economy into a fun, witty, and easy to read newsletter. I promise you're going to love reading Market Briefs. And if you don't, well, you can unsubscribe at any time because it's completely free. So if you haven't joined Market Briefs yet, I highly encourage you to do so. It's completely free, and I got the link for you down in the description below, or you can go to briefs.co/market. That's briefs.co/market. If you enjoyed this clip and you want to continue your financial education journey, I have another video that I think you'll love. All you got to do is click that button right over there. And for those of you who want to stay up to date on the top finance and business news, you can join Market Briefs, my free financial newsletter, by clicking that button below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.